If you're a facilities manager at a university, you know students rely on the cafeteria for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the occasional late-night snack. So when a dishwasher breaks down and dirty plates pile up, the mess hall can turn messy in the blink of an eye. Enter Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast delivery, the product you need now is never far away. So you can turn that dishwasher back into a lean, clean washing machine. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. We're still waiting on our co-host, Barbara, but I'm sure she'll show up sooner or later. Actually, let's see if that might be. That's her. All right. Hey, Barbara, are you there?
Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, it's okay. And also we have our regular psychic today, Vanessa Orr. Are you there, Vanessa?
I'm here. Hello, Jonathan. Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Vanessa. I'm so excited. I'm excited about what's going to transpire today on the show.
I know, it's such a happy night.
Yeah. Oh, have you tested our energies?
Yes, and you were very busy, but you're having a good time, kind of kicking back a little bit this past week. And I guess we know that you were working up until coming on the show to work here. But Jonathan was very content. And the show was operating at a very nice level, so I didn't have to tweak anything. But I hope that we have a caller tonight. Looks like it's a female. I did a reading before the show, and I think her name might be Mary. So I have a message of, I know, it gets exciting. So Mary, or at least someone with the first initial M, and I'm wondering if this reading will fit this person. So,
that will be so interesting to see.
I know.
And you are so right about me, because I do feel so happy. I'm very happy and content, but also very busy. And
yes,
I love being busy.
I know.
I love it.
Are you creating new content, Barbara? Because I saw today that you were, or you should be at least.
Yes. Well, all the time, and I'm feeling very creative, and I just updated our Life, Laughter, Happiness website as well with a featured show, because I thought our show with Nariah Davis, the Playboy Playmate for the Playboy Playmate series, went so well. Did you hear that, Vanessa? Did you hear that show?
I
didn't, but I did speak with someone Tuesday night, and I'll let Jonathan talk about that if he wants.
Tuesday night? Oh.
Tuesday night?
I think it was, yes, Kathy St. George. Yes, Kathy, you helped her out because she had I think it was some entities living in her home, or rather a lot.
Yeah, very interesting, and she was so nice. She's a very bright lady.
Yes. Well, all right. So are you ready for a caller?
Oh, I am. All right. Right.
Okay. All right. 818, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Who is this?
Okay, well, first of all, I heard you say, am I allowed to talk about, you said that you thought you had a female, and something about the name Mary?
Yes.
Okay, well, my name is Tina Maria Bachrath. My middle name, Maria, is for my grandmother, whose name was Mary.
Oh, interesting. Can I ask you about your grandmother really quickly? Let's see if this is a match. I know I have still
goosebumps right now. I'm freaking out. Okay.
Okay, well, I'm glad you called in, because my guide told me that I asked him, I said, please match me up with this fantastic reading. So let me ask you about this grandmother then that came in.
Okay.
She shows me she's got a heavy plaid coat on. She has a heavy plaid coat, and it looks like she has glasses, and she's not big. She's a tiny woman, but she says, "I'm so strong," and she says, "Look what I'm carrying," and she says, "I'm carrying this for the family," and it was cords of wood for a fireplace. I don't know. Okay, does that make sense at all?
Well, yes. Well, my mother grew up with my grandmother in this house that had this amazing fireplace, and my mom always talked about how big that fireplace seemed to her, although when she grew up and saw it, it wasn't as big because, when we're kids, we see it so much bigger. But, okay, that's very interesting.
It is very interesting. So now I want to ask you something.
Okay.
This is how they asked me to say the reading. They said, make sure that you say this. So, okay, Tina, the message is of hope for you.
Oh, okay.
Have you been in a tough situation lately?
Oh God, it's gonna make me cry. Yes. We had a very good. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead and say it because I've got this all right in front of me.
We had a very close family friend that passed away a week ago from COVID, and then this last Friday I had to have. It made me cry. I had to have my dog of 15 and a half years put down. So this last week has been particularly difficult.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That is
Thank
too
you.
much.
Thank you.
Oh, the Boo Bears! Don't you just love your friends? And I have dogs and cats and horses too, and I perish today, right? When you have to go through that. I've got. I'll check on. What was your dog's name?
Ben.
Oh.
He was a little three-legged Chihuahua mix.
Oh, what a good friend.
Yes, he was wonderful.
I'm writing all this down.
I had he was old, obviously, and he had some health issues, but I had a vet come out to the house because, as you know, with COVID right now here in California, you can't go into a vet's office. You can only drop the pet off, and there's no way I was going to drop my dog off and just, leave him. So anyway, and then the family friend that passed away was my husband's friend for over 40 years and very, very, very unexpectedly passing away. So, and, as you know, too, right now, you can't have a funeral. There's no way to say goodbye. So it's like, it's as my husband said, it's as if this person never existed. You know what I mean? In terms of, you can't even say goodbye. It's like they're just gone.
Yes, I'm hearing a lot of that lately. I am so sorry.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Then this message is a message of hope and renewal. And I'm supposed to tell you that, and this includes your husband because he's aligned with you. And your husband's a little put out. He's a little angry. I don't blame him. He says things are quite unfair. But I want you to know that the message was of hope, and they told me to start backwards with this. And sometimes in readings they'll have me do this. So they said that your life moves forward. And I'm so glad to tell you that because I just got confirmation on that. We get confirmation, and Barbara and I talked about this, from the way set that's called prana confirmation, which I just received when I said that your life is moving forward. And your husband will follow you. So you're going to be the leader. And I think that might be a little different in this relationship because you're always following and supporting him. So he's going to need some direction. Yeah. Well, your grandmother came in. It was so funny because your grandmother stepped in while Jonathan and I were just kind of doing a little business about his TV channel. He and Barbara have a TV channel on Roku. And so this woman walked in here. And Jonathan kept apologizing, and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I'm doing some other work." I said, "That's fine. I'm just meditating," because this woman was here, Mary.
You know what's funny is that you say that is that I actually had on a necklace today that my grandmother had given me So God, this is so crazy, and I just want people to know that I am like a huge skeptic of this stuff. I'm not Miss, I buy this stuff hook, line, and sinker. This is so crazy. Like, I'm really having a moment with them right now.
Oh, I'm so glad. I am too, because the whole time I'm sitting here, I'm testing, and I'm getting confirmation, but I'm also getting involuntary confirmation, which is what we call the Kundalini. So, but they said I'm supposed to tell you that your life is moving in a new direction. So your life is moving forward. So please bring husband with you, because he won't really say it, but he will lean on you. He's the one that came up in the reading. There was a question about who will support you. And I couldn't quite answer where that was going, but now we know it's you, that you will support him. So isn't it interesting that you are yes, you are our point of connection, and your grandmother came in, and this is probably, it's so funny because readings are more than often for someone else, but it's someone that we know. So there's a lot of grief to manage. Grief, grief is a difficult thing. We have to nip grief in the bud as much as we can. Because I think your husband also
so hard.
Mrs. Ben.
Yeah, Well, my husband also had a best friend that literally passed away extremely unexpectedly 2 years ago, 4 days shy of his 50th birthday. So now he's lost two very close friends in a very short amount of time, both extremely unexpectedly.
Did the friend pass away from a heart issue?
I'm sorry, what?
Did the other friend pass away from a sort of a heart issue?
Oh, okay. Heart? Yeah.
Yeah.
He did. He had a heart issue, and he would never go to the hospital because he didn't have insurance. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, he was showing me that.
He laid down to sleep because he didn't feel good and passed. I'm so glad I did too. God, this is crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, you are the pillar that your grandmother is telling us. I mean, had she not walked in, I mean, I'd probably be still kind of treading water here. But thank God she came in before the show. And you are. I'm going to say this. We are dubbing you. We're christening you on both sides. We're knighting you, like Queen Elizabeth just knighted someone last week. We're knighting you, our strong one. Okay, Tina.
Oh,
and Ben will. Yes, and Ben's there as a support too. But that is too much loss. That's a lot of loss.
It's a lot of loss. And thank you, God. This is. I can't believe this happened today, and just so randomly. Thank you, Jonathan, for introducing me to you, Christina. Christina.
Me?
Yes.
My name is Vanessa.
Vanessa, I'm sorry, Vanessa.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Oh.
Maybe I was supposed to be named. Christina. That's entirely possible.
Maybe so. Maybe there's a connection there. But thank you.
Maybe
God.
there is. You're so welcome. So just remember that everything was going to get very quiet right now, and just stay real quiet. Keep the house quiet. The two of you are just blending in and supporting one another. But he's going to lean on you. He will just come to you with. He probably won't show you his eyes. So just put your arms around him and just say, what's going on, baby? Take no risks right now. Really, what they were showing me was teamwork. And this, can I tell you what's going to happen is that this is a new beginning of your marriage. It's a reset, if you will, of an emotion and the love and emotion inside this relationship, and it's a very long-term relationship. So. It's just going to improve and improve. Yes, and there's a lot of, and you know what? You and he have done the hard work, and all the roads have brought you to this position. He needs you very much right now. And we thank your grandmother for coming forward.
I really appreciate that.
Oh my God!
And I think
so
talking to you right now has, I really needed this. So thank you.
I'm really glad. Oh, it's my honor.
Hi.
It's my absolute honor. So,
Vanessa, I
yeah.
am back. I am so sorry. My call got dropped, and I got to a charger. I thought it was that, and I'm back on. And I'm sorry to interrupt. I know there is a caller talking right now. I'm back. I'm the co-host, Barbara, and I am back. So I'm sorry about that, you guys.
No, that's okay. Barbara, it's Tina Bachrath, and Vanessa is freaking amazing.
Oh, my God. Hi, Tina. Wow.
Oh, she will have to tell you later what just happened. She is, brought much clarity to me right now, much needed clarity. So,
that's
again,
wonderful.
thank you. I've been crying
Tina,
because
I'm
she's
so
my
glad.
sibling.
Well,
Yes,
any help you
I've known
need.
Tina for a long time.
She's a dear heart.
Yes.
Tina, call on Mary for anything that you need.
Thank you. I will.
So
Wait,
I will.
hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Did was Tina's reading having to do with the Mary that you saw
Mary.
before we even?
Yeah.
Really?
Barbara, my middle name, Tina Maria Bachrath. Maria is for Mary, who was my grandmother.
Oh, wow. I got chills
Oh,
over.
you have no idea what all she just said to me. We will have to talk. Vanessa's like,
well, I'm going to
freaking
listen to the
amazing.
show. Tina, I'll listen to the show back, and I'll hear what I missed. Oh, my goodness. This is wonderful. You sound really happy.
It was crazy. It's crazy, yes.
Well, I'm so glad
awesome,
you called
Vanessa.
in, Tina.
Yeah,
well, it was her
Thank
grandmother
you so
that
much.
walked in. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. What an honor.
And Barbara, I told her I was wearing my grandmother's necklace today. So
Yeah.
I think maybe that was part of her. I know, too much coincidence. Yeah, or maybe it's not coincidence.
I just love it that a lot of my friends now are listening and, taking part in the show, and that's wonderful. I think
Well,
Johnny
that's because of you being the person you are and introducing people. So thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. So is everything good? I mean, well, hey, let's not backtrack that much. Maybe. Okay, good. I would be walking around Beverly Hills sometimes, and I would see Tina and her wonderful husband, and they were always planning a trip. They loved traveling around the world, and they'd always.
Oh my God, you remember that? Oh,
yeah. Yes.
It's so funny
and
because
you found the love of your life.
this reading. Trip.
Yep.
They're going on a trip far away.
Oh my gosh.
We were going on a trip far away till COVID took over, but that's okay.
Okay.
But it will be over hopefully sometime soon.
Yes. It's still in the cards because it came up one of the first things, and so it's still there, and it says that it says to me, Tina, we beckon you. So it's still there waiting for you. The energies are still there, and it will. I heard perfect time. That's what I heard.
Well, thank you. Thank you guys so much. And thank you, Vanessa. And I will let you guys go because I'm sure there's someone else probably on the line that needs your much-needed help like I did. And, again, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And you too, Barbara.
My honor.
And you too, Jonathan.
You are
Thank
welcome. We would love to hear back from you and how everything irons out. Okay, Tina. And you know what about the traveling and the trips? The trips, we don't even want to go at this time, but it's nice to know Vanessa said that it's still going to happen.
Yeah.
And so, because it can't stay like this forever.
We all need something to look forward to, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right. Well, thank you so much, Tina, and we can't wait to hear updates from you.
Big hugs, and everyone stay safe.
Big hugs.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it sounds like we had a fabulous first caller, Vanessa. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm so glad.
Okay,
Tina, I love her. One of the nicest, sweetest, beautiful women I know.
I believe that.
So
Yes. I wondered if you would recognize if she was a friend of yours.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So our next one is area code 305.
Hi, caller. You're
Hi,
on
Vanessa.
live with Vanessa
Hey.
Orr, MBA. She's waiting for you.
I know. Hello. I've been here. I've been listening to everything.
Oh, great.
Well, good.
My name is Eileen.
Hey, Eileen.
So I'm in a
What's
totally
going
different.
on?
I'm in a place of a lot of peace and quietude, especially today. It's really interesting. And I don't know. Things just keep flowing in my life. I'm a very positive human being. I'm very much into spirituality. I'm a creative soul. Last night I was getting all those. I have a children's book I want to rewrite, and the Spirit was giving me all the words to sit down and start editing it. And I just feel like I'm at the, I don't know, an end of a chapter or something, because I feel like the locomotion is getting slower and slower and slower, and that something's going to shift. And
You're right.
In a whole new direction. And my hands are open to the universe. My heart is open to God. And I know that He'll put me in the right place at the right time. And I was wondering if you see me like moving from where I am.
I actually pick up a yes. Can we go back to content for this? This is a book you're writing? Is that right?
Yeah, I wrote it I channeled it in 1980. It's called The Message of the White Unicorn. And I did all the artwork for it. And I had it published by some guy that really didn't do me justice. But after 25 years, I was able to retract the contract. It expired. So I have all the words. And I tried to start new paintings, but they're not coming out. But now I feel like I'm supposed to be doing it.
Yes. There's a lot of energy, and they use the word roiling. Let me spell that. It's ROILING. And since you're a writer, you know what roiling is. But there's a lot of that in an undercurrent. I mean, when you came on, you said, I'm in a lot of peace, I'm in a lot of quietude, I'm into spirituality. And then when you were talking, I just saw all these waves underneath it all. So they said the word download to me. So they said again tonight, ask for the download. So I got a question. Would it make sense does this make sense to you, Eileen, if I say, you know how there's like a part 2 sometimes? Have you been envisioning a part 2 to Message of the White Unicorn?
Well, in my dream time this morning when I was just laying there in bed, because that's when I'm a full-time professional artist since I'm 8. I've been, guided to do this, and my work's around the world, hospitals, hotels, resorts. My writing comes in. I did all this channeling of writing in the 70s, and sometimes Spirit says, go get all of those things that you wrote and start posting them so you can start opening up people's consciousness. Because I understood all of this really easily. I'm in a very different place of life and death and experience and movement and energy and facilitate. It's all about love is living. Love is living, and I saw it, and I saw the vibration of it all in the trees and the nature and the jungle and human beings. I could see it, and because I could see it. So when you're asking me the second part, this morning I was thinking of how to open up the book and then to introduce, the unicorn and take it in a new direction. So it's kind of interesting.
Oh, interesting.
Picked up on that.
Okay, so if I ask about that second part, I get a yes. So there was injustice, and he did not do you justice. And I have a question. Am I picking up any, and this is understandable, please understand, any unforgiveness with this guy that just, he said to me, I petered out. So he really didn't put the right energy into it. He got distracted by some woman. So do you sense an injustice? In the scope of your injustice, do you sense unforgiveness around you? I get a no.
No. What happened was it was just an affirmation from God again, telling me that you have all the tools. We give you the tools, and that's why you've always been an entrepreneur and why you are the self-published and why you find the right framers and you buy the right materials, because we know that you're going to do it the right way. And he didn't do it the right way, and I gave him the information, and he avoided that, so it never sold, you see. And plus, he didn't send me back 10 of the watercolors. I did 12, and he only sent me back 2.
Wow.
So he kept them.
Oh, he kept them.
Yeah, he kept them.
Oh,
but it's okay. I'm not attached to any of it because I see how God uses me.
Right, right.
And it was those days. Yeah.
Well, they just said the word unevenness with me, and so we could attribute this to injustice. But I know you're not harboring any of that. I can't pick up any. It looks like you grieved a little bit, and I don't blame you because you put so much, and this is an understatement. You put so much of yourself, so much of your heart and soul into your work. It's all deadly serious to you. It's what you do is what I do. It's like what we all do here. What Jonathan does, what Barbara does, what all the callers do. We're deadly serious about what we do.
Yeah.
And so, yes. So I'm probably going to ask you what your question is, but because I think I've kind of stolen that moment from you. But they keep talking to me about tonight's very important, about a download, about part 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Tonight's very important. Got a question. I sure hope our callers are listening to this. Astral projection, right? So, are you my girl for that? Is that you? Astral projection? Yeah.
Do I do that?
Yeah. Do you do that?
I don't know if I do that. I don't even. I know you when you leave the body and then float out there and all that kind of stuff. So I don't get it that way. What I get is they send me pictures they want me to paint, and then I do it, and then I win awards, or I sell it right away, or that kind of stuff comes to me. But I think I'm too much in the angelic realm to start astrally projecting.
Okay.
I don't work in that. Yeah. No, I've read about it in the 80s and the 70s, all that kind of stuff. But it wasn't something I was attracted to.
Yeah, I understand. I do get some discussion on that sometimes. So it's completely understandable. I mean, you're very advanced. You're an advanced, been here many times. One of the times was pure war for you. And you're saying in this lifetime, I'm not doing that again. I'm doing something completely opposite.
What did you say it was?
So,
what was it? What was it?
War.
Okay.
We've all fought wars. I mean,
sure.
We've all fought wars. But you, and some people have come back, as quickly as possible when they've died in war. You were in pure war, but you said, I'm not doing that again. And so switched, look at you switched roles. So I'd rather feel like I've stolen the moment from you, but you seem like you're so much well adjusted and on the right track. Is there a question that I can answer that might help you?
I've been alone now for probably, when I say alone, I'm never alone. I mean, I'm really happy. I'm really at peace. But I've been without a relationship I've been in this little house for 7 years in my little cottage. And it's really cute and it's really jungly and all that around me. But my heart is longing to share life, my joy of life, with the right soul who is on my spiritual alignment, And that's what I'm hungry for, because everything else is fine. My health is good, my finances are fine, my creativity is flowing, my travel experiences are amassed on the planet. I have so much love and joy and guidance from within, and that's the only thing that would make me even more happy. So I was wondering if you felt that was coming down the road.
There is, but you know what? I want you to, you probably know about manifestation. I know Barbara has talked about it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're talking, they've been saying to me the whole time you've been talking, but she's so advanced. And that word has been coming up a lot, and it's reading for you.
That's true.
And Eileen, he's there he is not. He has not been called forward, and I imagine that probably doesn't set right with you. But you need someone of equal caliber.
Yes.
So I'm going to give you. I know you need someone of, and also you're highly advanced in your thought processes and your decision making skills. So you have to have someone who's got a high. Yeah, you're decisive.
Oh,
So,
I don't settle. I don't date. I don't go out. I just do my work and I focus, and then phone calls come in or messages come in to, people want my work, and I just handle every day with as much as I can be of service to the world, right?
Right. A lot of pro bono work is what you do.
Thank you.
One of the things that you're welcome. One of the things that leaps out at me is that you need to manifest someone that will create a balanced relationship with you, because it's like you said at the beginning of when you called in. You said I'm peaceful and there's quietude here, and so but there's like this energy that's roiling underneath. It's generating the next book, or the next download that sounds like it's coming tonight. So be aware that download for, more data is coming tonight from, we'll say, celestial area. But this guy needs to be your equal. So when you just make it a couple statements to the universe and just thank the universe for supplying me with the man in my life who is perfect for me.
Yep. Yeah, I do that. And what I get is you have to do the book first. You got to finish this book first before we can bring him in, because otherwise, go ahead.
I got to know.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, let me test it again. Eileen needs to do the book first. I still get a no. Let me test it a third time. Eileen needs to do the book. Now I got a question. If he comes in and you're doing the book, because you'll continue to work, are you going to be okay if he makes some suggestions? I get a yes on that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Anything that's constructive, whether I give it to someone or somebody gives it to me, my heart says yes, always. Yes.
Okay. Ask for a balanced relationship.
Okay.
I think sometimes I post statements. I haven't posted that much on my Instagram lately. I've just been a little busy doing other things. But I always say, does he bring out the best in you? Does she bring out the best in you?
Oh, yeah.
Does your friend
and
bring
vice
out
versa.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
You should be like walking on air in a relationship. So if anyone's listening, if you're not walking on air, you got to rethink this. And it's okay to rethink a relationship. It's okay. And so walking on air is really what we're constructed for on the density of this thing we call Earth. Earth is very dense. And so we are pulled down because of obvious things such as gravity, but we have to work hard to get a spring in our step. But being aligned with the right person helps us that way. It's almost like a counterbalance. And that's what you deserve. And you know what they told me to tell you? Is they said that you are to paint or draw. They just showed me pastels. Yeah? Are you okay with pastels? And No.
Yeah. Well, I've had visions of that. I've seen things. I've seen myself in the future with this man. 5-10 years down the road, I've seen it where we are, and I'm in heaven. I'm in harmony. I'm in the new earth. I'm in the new earth. And we're all living in community. It's wonderful. It's just so beautiful. So everything that's happening on the planet right now is supposed to come down on purpose.
Yeah.
So we can be freed.
Right.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. The grid.
I think it's a blessing.
Yes. It is. You're right.
I know.
I have conversations like this, and the readings point to that with clients with whom I do work. So they told me to draw it. I rather see who this man is, and he has to be. This is funny. Brain equal. That's funny. Brain equal. So someone of your, like we said earlier, mental capacities, and it's the counterbalance. When we do a counterbalance, we support one another, and so here he is. And they also told me to tell you to invoke the word now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. But will he come to where I live, or will I have to move from here before we meet?
Well, he will come to where you live. I know.
Oh,
didn't
cool.
you ask about are you moving? I got a yes on that.
Yeah, but I don't have any. They haven't shown me anything yet. I guess it's just not.
Do you
time.
want to move? Because I got to know.
No, I don't
really
need to
wanna
move.
move.
I don't want to move. I just my street. This is the corner. I live a house up from the corner, and sometimes if it rains for 3 hours in a row, the whole street gets flooded, and it's like, oh my God. And then after the rain stops, it all goes into the coral rock underneath our land here where I live in Miami. So, no, I'm not in any rush to move. I don't feel any dire importance to move. I'm fine.
Okay, well, I see at least 3 more years there.
Really?
And I heard the word glisten. Yeah, and I heard the word glisten. So when you and I finish here in the next couple of minutes, look up the word glisten. I always love to do word searches of what comes up, and since you've written books and you're an editor and you're so gifted and creative with drawings and artwork, look up the word glisten, which we obviously know what it is, but to you and all the listeners, when we look up these words, they really shine a light on the scope of the reading.
Yeah, well, my book is about a unicorn, so they were giving me the words of how to describe the horn. You can't call it a horn. You got to call it something else. You can't use those words that you wrote in 1980. They go flat. They go dead. Now you have to bring the Holy Spirit into it without any religious overtones. So it's very exciting. Okay. And I feel like I should have my phone with me when I'm laying there, my eyes closed, and the words come in, and I should put it on record and just start speaking what they're telling me to say.
You
to write down, rather than waking up 2 o'clock in the morning and then having to sit down at my own light, So I think I have to prepare for that this time.
Yeah, tonight. All right.
All right. I'll connect you on Instagram or something. I'll stay in touch with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vanessa has a great Instagram.
And I'll show you my paintings of Lemuria, of the future Earth, where we're all going to be living.
Oh, awesome. I would love that.
Okay. So it's just under Vanessa Orr on Instagram or Facebook or whatever?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm not on Facebook, but I am on Instagram. That's the only social media I'm on. It's Vomba, VOMBA 11.
Wait, VON for Nancy?
M as in Mary.
Okay, B for boy, apple?
Yes, perfect.
11. And V for Vanessa?
Yes.
Okay, Vomba 11. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'll say hi to you. I'll friend
Thank you.
Thank you,
awesome.
too, and thank you for the blessings, and thank you for the connectivity, and I really appreciate the reflection.
I am so honored. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you for
You're
calling.
welcome, you guys. You're welcome. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you.
You are welcome. Now, everybody knows how to get in touch with Vanessa or MBA. Vomba 11 on Instagram. Or your website, fullsoulreadings.com. Wow.
Correct.
So that caller was very knowledgeable in the spirit world, and like she knows what she wants, and that's a very good start to manifesting and getting it delivered to you.
Excellent. That is excellently. That is well said. Well said, Barbara.
Oh, good.
Yes, very bright.
All right,
well, hold on, Johnny. I wanted to say something about my own self, because this week when Vanessa brought up just now about the astral projection, I wanted to do that. I was asking, take me. I want to go on this astral projection ride, because I have been in astral projection, but hovering over my own body, looking at myself, and because I didn't know what to do. But I want to go. I want to go somewhere, and somebody stopped it. I had the most overwhelming feeling come over me this last week in the evening. I have never felt this feeling in my life. It was like all of this love feeling around my chest, the front of my body, around my heart mostly, was just this feeling of the best love feeling I've ever felt in my life. And it waved through me. It just was waving through me. And then was trying to grab for some paper and a pen to just like describe it. I wasn't sure if I would remember. It was like nothing I've ever experienced in my life. And then as I was reaching for the pad and pen, I'm like, no, I just have to revel in this feeling. I just have to enjoy this while it's, and then it kind of subsided. Then I went to go get the pad again, and it came over me again, you guys. And this time I said, Vanessa, are you there? Vanessa, I felt like I could actually talk to you during this time that this was happening. Do you? And I wanted to call you before the show, and I never did, and I'm so sorry, but I'm wondering, did you feel anything this week from me? Did you feel some kind of a talk?
I had a dream. I had a dream about you and Priscilla, yeah. And that's so funny you should mention that, because I thought to myself, I wonder if I should bother Barbara about this. I know she's so busy. And I was telling Jonathan before the show. Yeah.
I always want you
we connected.
I should do the same thing. But see, every time I get off the show and a lot of my ideas are pumping, I know it's like 3 hours later for you. So, and then the next day I think I might be bothering you. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to call you while it's fresh in my mind. Okay.
It's so
that was amazing. What was that?
The visitation. You and I connected on astral plane. I love that you are confirming the dream that I had. And it was a terrific dream, and it was you and Priscilla. And Priscilla was very prominent in the dream. She might have been the one that connected us. But I was telling Jonathan before the show is that I've been checking in on her on this because I know that she's on vacation at that house.
Yes.
But I check on you, and I check on Jonathan. I check on Jonathan's parents. I check because you all are brought to me. But I confirmed that you and I connected. That's so great.
Oh, wow. I just waited a little while to see if you were going to mention anything while we were live, and I just couldn't wait any longer. I just had to tell you about that. But that feeling was just amazing, and I loved that feeling. And that when I had that feeling, I thought, hey, I feel really close to the spirit world and all of that. So I'm not asked to be able to fly somewhere, and somebody stopped it, and I don't know who stopped it.
Oh, sometimes there are tricksters out there, and there are wanderers too. It gets a little. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot to understand, but there are tricksters and wanderers, and I have had a wanderer interrupt many things. You might look up tricksters, and we talked about tricksters a while ago on one of the readings, and wanderers are they're different. But I'm able to say this, Barbara, before we go to the next caller. That dream I had, I remember thinking when I got up, I thought that was such a nice dream that I had about Barbara and Priscilla. And I came downstairs and I said, well, I think that was a visitation. And then I went on with my day. But I'm so glad you brought it up.
For the work that you did on clearing where Priscilla was going to, Priscilla had no bad dreams, and plus they did move her into a different room.
Good. Because that was really busy. And I'm so glad.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. All right.
Well, our next caller is 860. 860, you're on the air.
Hi, caller. You're on with Vanessa Orr, MBA. Welcome to the show.
Hi. This is Amla. I have a quick question, Vanessa.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. This is actually a follow-up question with my I talked to you before about my friend Sarah.
Right.
And it's really, I guess because I'm so conscious, it's really bothering me, and I could tell what's going on is that she really doesn't value, at least it feels like by her actions, like she doesn't want to spend time with me, and it just kind of sucks. I hate to say it that way because it's like she chooses everybody else over me, and it feels I've seen her Facebook posts, and she's always out and about with everybody else. And I don't feel like she values who I am, or I don't know what's going on. Like, can you please tap into her, or what's going on? I don't know.
Yeah, no, she tells me she's jealous of you.
She is?
Yeah. You know, the worst thing that surprises you, huh?
Yes. Because I'm the blind one. What is there to be jealous of? Honestly, she's the one with the social life. She's the one with everything.
Yeah, but look how accomplished you are. You've written the book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I was just going through notes. Let me see. From, I think it was maybe last week or the week before. I keep my notes here. But she's jealous of you. You're a threat. Did you understand that you're a threat?
Wait, I'm sorry. You cut off. What did you say, Vanessa?
Do you understand that you are a threat?
I don't think of it I'm so much with the heart and with love. I don't know.
I know.
I don't think of that. No, I don't think of myself.
Well, that's
that.
Okay. So, are you considered a threat by Sarah to get a yes? Here's the deal: it's their value system to assess us, and so right there is an epic failure, because what they're invoking is their ego and their id, which is personality. So when they do that, they're not getting a true return on the investment of their considerations of us. They're judging us with bias.
Right.
And that's an injustice to you, because
right.
Right. So, and it's an injustice to all of us. So that's why we, even when we assess a situation with the analytical side of our brain versus the creative side of our brain, we have to tell ego and id to get out. Ego and id are two characters. Yeah, they just mess everything up. It's like the book that you wrote. You didn't write that with any ego. So what happens? So when you interact, say, with me or Barbara or Jonathan or Sarah, or you're, I know you want to interact with other people. Forgive me. Aren't you the one that has the book that you want to get it on the Ellen show? Isn't that right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yep.
See, and you do it through promotion of genuine capacities that most people hide behind their id and ego. So, you called in and you're like picking up Sarah correctly, because Sarah's hiding behind a mask. So if I ask a question, is Sarah misled about you? I get a yes. Is Sarah a narcissist? I do get a bit of a yes on that. There are different levels of narcissists. There are mild, medium, and extreme. And then when you get above extreme, like ultimate extreme, you get into psychopaths and you get into sociopaths. And I'm sure there's someone out there willing to debate. Yeah. See, you're a nice person. You are not someone that judges others. But Sarah does, because she's judged people her whole life. You pass the muster because you're nice and forgiving, and you're always, have the door open to Sarah.
Yeah.
But it's a one-way street.
It is, and I'm hurt. Honestly, that's why I know what I have to do. But it's, what it is. I was just talking. I do counseling every week, and it's very helpful. But I'm talking to my counselor, and one thing about Sarah is that, or anybody, the hurtful thing is when I have to let go of people when they don't necessarily serve where I'm at with my frequency. It's the investment. Right. The investment of your heart. That's all it is, and that's what's so hurtful. It's like that's what genuine, true friendship is let you just love, Yeah.
Do you get tired when you're around Sarah, like perhaps on the phone, especially now during COVID, or in a video chat? Do you get tired?
I get tired around. It's very draining. And Aaron, this other guy who's like I mentioned him before, he's like her sister, his brother, and I kind of sort of dated him, and blah blah blah. It's just crazy. But the bottom line is that both of them are very alike, and it is draining. It's draining because I'm learning to value myself, and I need to be around people who, I mean, I'm not telling, I'm not a princess queen lady. It's just a matter of an exchange of just, like.
I agree with that.
I don't deserve that.
Heaven forbid we think of ourselves as a princess or a queen, but I hereby give you and all others permission to do that, because it's not anything but protecting your future. And by the way, Sarah's brother, Aaron, even though it looks as though, one thing here is that there's no such thing as blood is thicker than water. Okay, they're just, I don't know who made that up, but that's not a thing. Yeah. So I want you to know that Aaron is afraid of Sarah. So afraid of judgment. Look at the judgment card again. You don't he says he revels in you. He feels great around you.
Can you repeat that? What did you say?
Aaron enjoys you. He revels. It's REVELS, revel. He revels around you. But it's interesting, when you mentioned Aaron, and we have talked about Aaron before, he really wants to look at you. He shows me, he says, I really want to look behind me, but I've got my eyes on my sister. That's because Sarah's like always hammering him. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your attention on me. So, but please understand, you're the threat. Let me do this. Let me do this real quick, and we'll see what happens. I cancel in this relationship. I cancel the threat in this, and you can say it too, and it will dial down Sarah's extremism.
Is Aaron coming back? You said Aaron's coming back. He just was such a jerk. Yeah. I don't even know how you're thinking he's coming back, because he just is terrible. He was terrible with me.
Yeah, because of her influence. You see, they're showing me he has his eyes on her, but he really wants to look back at you. Do you want Aaron back? I get a no. Would you be willing to take Aaron back? Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, is he a good friend, though? But it looks like the two of you enjoyed one another, right?
Yeah.
Is that a yes?
Yeah, I mean, I want to meet somebody who's, like, supportive and not a man boy. Like, he's a man, but he's a child. Yeah. I don't want that anymore.
They showed me that there's a very strong mother that is influencing the relationship. Why? Okay. Aaron, it's always going to be that way for Aaron, unless something intervenes, such as what we're doing, canceling that, or he steps up and cancels it. But it's, I just said blood is not thicker than water, and I absolutely stand on that. I'll never waver from that. What it is, it's an influence. I actually pick up the word sociopath inside the family, but it's an influence. Can I ask you something? Not that this matters, but is there a lot of money at stake in this family, like family wealth?
By Sarah, Sarah's father, biological father, is very wealthy. Yeah.
Yeah, I kept picking up a lot of that.
That's why Aaron and we got along, because him and I, he's just a regular guy, and my dad struggled as well. We have the same kind of values that way. Yeah.
Well, he enjoys you. He revels in you, and it's understandable because he's a creative. Does that make sense, that Aaron is a creative?
Yeah, but the thing is, what's so confusing is that the feelings are there. He just keeps on running away. This has been 2 years of this, so I'm just I'm done with you. And he was beyond. He didn't even. Vanessa, he did not even treat me like a person. He did electrical work. He's an electrician, and he did not even treat me like a person in the last month and a half. And he was a total jerk the last day he worked, which was two weeks ago. So I'm done. I'm like, that is it. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have anything to do with me. He doesn't call me. It's not like that anyway. So if for you even say that he might, it's really surprising, because the way he acted, I don't even know why he would even try, because he wasn't exactly nice to me. Like I said, I mean, I've been treated better with the gas station attendant than him.
Wow.
I'm serious. It was bad.
Yeah.
He's very moody, and you don't know what you're going to get, and it's scary. It's really scary. You like flipped out of nothing. I don't want that.
Well,
I mean, that's not even a friend. I don't even know who you are. Yeah.
Oh, I agree with you. I mean, the expectation of familiarity in a relationship that brings peace, and that really brings a person. Well, for example, when you're in a solid relationship, you just perform better. You're just a better person. You're just, you can't say enough. Yeah. And so you're on the right track for noticing all these things. But, the narcissist, the person who treats us poorly, they are always filled with regret. It takes a second for the regret for them to raise the alarm inside themselves and say, oh, I made an error. But they eventually do. It's just that you're not there to pick up the pieces. So,
Vanessa, my last question. Do you feel or sense somebody coming in that's substantial, or when? Do you know when that might happen? For me, like a really good guy. Yes.
I will say yes to that. I was about to actually address that. So thank you for picking up on my energy fields and saying that before I did. No, it just shows that, your sensory perception and your psychic capacities, they actually just told me to tell you to call in your psychic capacities to accelerate. So here's what I'm going to tell you to do.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I'm going to take a deep dive and find out where your vibration is. And then I'm going to take a deep dive real quickly and find out what Aaron's is. So I'll be quick because I know we have callers. So
Sure. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sure. 810, 815. I get 814 for you, which out of 1,000, that's very high. And you're very spirited. So you always, it's always like you might wake up this way all the time, very happy and relaxed. Aaron has to work at it. If I ask, can I get above 300 on Aaron, they say I can. Can I get above 400 out of 1,000 for Aaron? I cannot.
Okay.
When we get at a level of 200 and below, that's full-blown depression. That's what you might find someone in a penitentiary owning, is a scale of 200 to, below, and below is incarcerated individuals. What you want to do is call someone in that has your equal billing.
Yes.
So I thank the universe for supplying me with the man in my life who is perfect for me. I think I said that earlier in the show. Yeah. But you can also add that this person has good hygiene and has a nice body. You can do that and dresses well and has excellent health. It's like a bullet list. You just say to the universe, just like, you might pick up the phone and order a pizza. I hate to use that analogy, but everyone here knows I'm bad at examples and analogies. But it's, what do you want?
Yes.
What do you want?
What do I want?
And you say, Go ahead. Yeah, you say, at the top of the paper, you say, I thank the universe that this perfect man in my life has these attributes. And you list them. I mean, we go to the grocery store and we typically make a list, or we contact someone through an app and we make a list of what we want and then we go pick it up.
Yes.
And I don't want to be demeaning towards people, but you think about junior high. Those attributes matched yours quite well. And so it can be in a relationship. That's what's so funny to me, is that every day, all day long, I do readings and people will ask me, where is my special person? And I'm like, it's in your hands. It's in your hands, and it's
And I think, I by saying, wrapping it up with me, just by talking to you, which you are very, very helpful. Thank you.
I'm glad.
Thank you for that. But these two people basically represent not what my frequency, and I deserve a person who's of value, who matters, and who takes care of himself. I do not want a little boy who, in a man body, who needs his mommy. No, I'm not your mother. I don't want a fixer-upper. That's why houses come as mansions. They come together like it's all set. It's not like I have to fix up another house. I do not want to do that. No. Yeah. I deserve a person who's together and supportive.
Yeah.
Because I know I could
It's
be
amazing.
loyal. Yeah.
There's some wonderful people out there. You know, sometimes when I have someone that's going through a divorce and they'll call me and they'll say, okay, now I'm ready. And I'll say, okay, just hold your horses, get through this divorce, wait a little bit. When all the dust settles, we'll find out where your borders are. We'll find out where your vibration is, and we'll fix the vibration. But you're very much ready. I mean, you're already sitting at a high altitude, if you will, in vibration. And you can always raise your vibration even higher.
Yes.
But
and I am doing that because I just got an offer for book 2 and 3, and it's October, November. It's crazy. It's crazy good stuff. Like, it's happening.
Oh, my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
See,
I'm really excited. Yes.
It's funny because before the show, I went through my papers, and they brought my attention to 2 words: aim high. And so those words are for you tonight. Those words were here on my desk. Aim high.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah, and I deserve it, and that's why I have to put these people away. They're behind me. And talking about it with you really helps. So, I mean, it puts things into perspective, absolutely. Because my heart was bruised. It was hurt.
Yeah.
So, it's time,
Oh,
I
know.
honor that. Yeah, absolutely. So, yay, I will call you back whenever I do.
Oh,
but,
please.
Yes.
And I'm telling
you. By September, I'm going to have that guy in my hands. I'm serious. He's going to be with me in September.
Good, because I heard the word fun.
Yes. Yeah.
Do it. And I want to hear about
it. That's awesome, Amla. We can't wait.
Thank you for calling,
Amla. We can't wait to hear updates. It's fun.
Thank you.
Following you. And you have a dynamic personality. And, you know, the
I
friend,
love it. I know.
Obviously, right? The friend, she probably wants all the attention. When Amla is around, I have a feeling she's not getting all of the attention.
And it's so interesting because she's so social and she's so, she's doing all these things and I'm not. I'm the introvert. I'm like the one in the corner. It's really interesting.
It's interesting to me because the vibration of your voice is always what I just love to hear.
Yes, that's true.
You have a great. You do have a great.
And
you do have a great voice.
congratulations on the other book offers that you got. Congratulations.
Thank you so very much. I'm telling you guys, miracles have been happening since the 4th of July, including Jonathan. I'm going to mention Jonathan again. Thank you so much. Oh, my goodness. It's nuts. I am so ecstatic. It's my time to shine. I'm going to aim high.
I'm so glad.
There we go.
I love that energy.
I love it.
That amazing energy.
I love that.
Go for
God
it.
Bless.
You deserve it, like you say.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Take good care, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Amala.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Awesome.
Our next caller is 775.
Hi, caller. You're on with Vanessa Orr, MBA. Welcome to Life, Laughter, Happiness. How are you today?
Hi, everybody. My name is Wendy, and I want to say that I'm so appreciative of your show and everybody on it. I love your show.
Oh, thank you, Wendy.
That's so nice. It's a great show.
I come to you in peace and love and harmony.
Oh, good. How are things going with the back and with the, I'm going to call it arbitration?
Well, I'm actually about the same, but the good news is I'm so glad that I returned to the physical therapist that I saw last year. Her name is Natalie, and she is very supportive, and she's put in some good notes. And unfortunately, last Friday, I had an appointment with my primary care doctor, and she offended me. She got angry with me. And she was very, very abusive. And there's some paperwork that needs to be filled out. And she had forgotten that she had told me I had emailed her on June the 16th, and she responded the next day. And I asked her to raise the restrictions because I cannot keyboard more than 15, 20 minutes. And she had told me on the 17th of last month to contact my physical therapist and then have her contact her. Well, I followed her instructions, and she completely forgot that she had told me to do that. And anyway, I need paperwork filled out, and I don't know what's going to happen because HR is wanting more specific information about my limitations. So I'm going to be getting a new doctor. I've made that decision, but I'm right in the middle of paperwork right now. So I anticipate this will be happening in the next 3 weeks or so. But in the meantime, how is this going to pan out? Am I going to? HR told me that they would hold my job through the 14th day of October. Will they still hold my job to the 14th day of October? Or what's going to happen?
Okay, I got a yes on that. And so I asked about a new primary care doctor, and yes, you are getting another one. Let's see. It's so funny because I told Jonathan before the show that Spirit brings people up into my radar, and you are one person that was brought up in my radar, especially today.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Well, yes, I hope you, okay, so let me just put a bow on it like this. This probably won't be exactly what you want to hear because I think you're going to fight with me about it. They told me that you would, because I probably would too if you told me, Wendy. There's this thing called unforgiveness. And I'm going to just say this. I'm just going to say this. And I think a lot of people might want to hear this too. When we are in a spirit of unforgiveness, we probably aren't aware of it, and it blocks everything for us. And I just, whenever I've accessed your house, your apartment, and you've been so nice to listen to me, and we've cleared your room, and I've got you in a Reiki grid here at my house, and I'm always clearing, but they always come back to me and they said she's not forgiven someone, and I think we talked about that, but and I don't blame you because it's painful. It's painful when we get those spears in our sides and those spears in our hearts and those swords in our backs and those daggers in our backs from people that we trusted. And there's a guy, and, of course, now we've got a primary care doctor. So we've got our primary care doctor now, and then we've got this guy. And it looks like is it the first husband? No, it's the second husband. And you've denied it. But let me just say this. For you and for me, when we don't forgive, and believe me, I'm a veteran at being betrayed. I've been betrayed by the best. It's like we got to dig all that out, man. We got to dig all that out. And if we don't, it's going to make us sick. It's going to block us off from being the great people that we are. And I know this isn't why you called in. But you did hear me say that, yes, October 14th, I get a yes on that. And, yes, the new primary care doctor comes. And that will be successful. But you'll be reinventing the wheel. Wendy, I know you want to fight with me about it, and I invite you to do it. But do you think there's any unforgiveness here with the second husband?
Yes. And I'm not fighting you about anything. I never have, and I never will. So I agree with you. There is some areas that need forgiveness.
I'm going to tell you something. It just takes 1 second. It's amazing because I've studied this over. I'm going to be 60 in January. It has been the most perplexing topic to me my whole life, forgiveness. And I finally came to realize that it's popping the top off the bottle for you and me. It's like a champagne bottle when you and I forgive. And all we have to do is say to the universe, I am willing to forgive him.
Okay.
And I've got a him too. Yeah. And because the one thing that comes over and over to me during the week, like, I'll finish these readings tonight here on Life, Laughter, and Happiness, and you always stay in my thoughts. You come up, you'll come, yeah. You're, like I said, you're in my Reiki grid. I take notes during the shows, and I'm very serious about my work, before, during, and after the show, you always come up. I can walk through my kitchen downstairs, and I can tell you exactly where I'm stopped. And Wendy, you come up. You come up.
Oh, that's very, very nice.
Yes. Well, there's two things going on. One, you're on my mind because Spirit, God, universe, creator, they bring it. My guides do, but your guides do. And then this second husband always shows up, and I'm like, but I've already talked to her about it on the show, and I don't want to broach that subject again. And they actually told me this afternoon. It was probably a little after 5, and I was walking through the kitchen, and you came up, and they said, if she calls in, you have to say it. Oh, thank you for letting me say it. It's not for me.
Vanessa, I respect you.
Yeah.
If you tell me something, I think you tell it to me out of love and wisdom.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, it's my honor to share it, but you're honoring me by listening because it is a painful thing to talk about an ex, whether we married them or we didn't, because they betrayed us. They kept showing me something about money. But when I mentioned it to you during one of the readings on the show, it was you indicated to me I'm past that. Well, you know what, I am too. But this is what's blocking you because I really want you to be able to keyboard, and I think you do too. And you've explained that it taxes your arms, and I think your arms go numb as I remember. And you've got a special chair, and so if we just say to the universe, I'm willing to forgive. That's all. That is for you and for me and for everyone listening within reach of these syllables. That's what Spirit shared with me in my research, and it's amazing how it pops the bottle. You're going to have a lot of success. I'm actually shown that your primary care doctor may surprise you and come through with some content for you. Natalie is so relieved that you came back, she said. Does that make sense?
She's so relieved about what?
She's so relieved that you came back, that she could see you again. She was relieved. Natalie.
Well, I almost felt like if it was an ego thing because she raised her voice and said, you're going backwards. You can't go backwards. And I've been consistent for since January, but she seems to forget that. And then I have proof because I emailed her last month regarding this, but she seemed to forget all about that email. So, will I get the new doctor in 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 2 weeks?
Okay, let me test. Wendy gets the new doctor in 1 week. No. Wendy gets new doctor in 2 weeks. I get a yes. I heard the word expedite. So, but your primary care doctor, she says to me that she wants to stay in the loop and help you. And Natalie, is the ego-based? You're right. I get a yes on that. And here's what Natalie was saying to me. She said, I'm glad Wendy's back so I can keep an eye on her. Is she being surreptitious? Natalie's not being surreptitious. It's a reflection on, she used the word, this is what she said to me. Natalie said, it's a reflection on my schooling. So you are absolutely correct. It is an egocentric principle with Natalie that you came back.
Natalie is my physical therapist, and we have a great rapport. She's very supportive. Dr. Lee, was different experience.
Yes, I understand all that. So, but it's very egocentric for Natalie. It's her career. It's like my patient. Yeah. And did she say that you're going back? I get a yes on that. Does that alarm her? I get a yes on that. And I think, I kind of stand up with Natalie because whenever you said that to me about the second husband, because, I won't go into it. I remember that reading very vividly, and it's been bothering me ever since. That I didn't get to really address that, and because you were on a very focused level, and I understand. So yes, October 14th. Yes, Dr. Lee was irritated. Yes, the new primary care doctor comes within 2 weeks. Actually, they're talking about 8 days. So, and Wendy, I know you. I've been in your apartment, remote viewing the apartment. You and I have done good business here on Life, Laughter, and Happiness. As I said, you're always on my mind. Just when you get off the phone with, yes, absolutely. And, sometimes I go through my grids and I clear out my petitions in there for callers, and there's your name. It's like you're always here.
You know what you
here
picked up on?
What?
You know what you picked up on, Vanessa? You kept saying,
what?
You kept saying, as nice as you could, you need to clear off your bed. I don't know how you picked that up, because I am in bed so much. I have eyeglasses, remote control, I have paperwork, hand lotion, a bag of candy. So yes, it's cluttered.
Pencil, pen, pads, eyeglasses, everything probably right there in your bed.
Yep.
You're right. And
if you,
so I
that.
might be surprised, and my current doctor might choose wording that is more benevolent for me.
Yeah, I got a yes on that. And
this doctor, and you know what?
What?
I'm sending a note to my physical therapist. She's out of the office tomorrow, so I'm going to send it on Wednesday early. And I worded it so beautifully. And I basically said, you said you have access to communication with other doctors. You might want to look at the one that I shared with my primary care doctor on June 16th and 17th. It mentions her instructions to me. So I'm not saying one word bad against my doctor, but it mentions that she wanted her to communicate her findings to her. And doctor said she already looked at the notes, but maybe maybe this will inspire her to touch base with her. And so I'm hoping that she's more benevolent. And this new doctor that I'm going to get, I usually choose a lady doctor only because I feel like I'm more comfortable with communication. So
I did see.
And you know what? You're amazing. You know why? Because you said, I think you said 8 days to 14 days. Is that what you said?
Well,
guess what?
Weeks, but then what?
Around the first of the month, they have a lot more doctor selection, and we're at the 20th right now. So that's about the right timing.
Oh, okay. Well, that's edifying, and we love confirmation rolled in there. They were showing me about this unforgiveness thing. Wendy, I know that you're a wordsmith, and in another lifetime you were someone that was a scribe, a scribe that wrote for royalty. So you wrote a lot of laws and edicts. And I want you to do this when you get off the phone. I want you to, you've brought those assets with you, that capacity for language and communications. So I want you to do this when you get off the phone here, is that you write down that I forgive, and because when you write this down, I am willing to forgive, and I'm asking the universe to support me in this. When you write something like that, all this is going to clear up. I swear to you, the next time I hear from you, it's going to be that they show me, and I've not ever seen this in a reading. So every reading is different, and this reading's no different, Wendy. And I'll wrap it up with a bow here. They are showing me doors flying open to you once you write that down.
That I write down. I'm asking the universe to help me to forgive.
Yes, just say something like, even like a letter to the universe. Make it like a note, like, Dear Universe, I hereby am willing to forgive my ex-husband and the primary care doctor and HR now, and anybody else you can think of. They're just something. It doesn't have to be perfect, Wendy, but they told me, and I've never gotten to say this in a reading, that if you do that, and I'm so glad you called in tonight, and I'm so glad that they showed me this earlier in my kitchen, that they just showed me doors flying open.
Wow.
And we say this on your behalf. Every door that opens to Wendy, we nail it back so that the blessings flow in to Wendy now. You're going to get so covered up in blessings. It's just going to be amazing.
I'm going to get what? I'm sorry.
You're going to get so covered up in blessings.
Oh, wonderful. You know what, Natalie?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. Your name is Vanessa.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No worries.
You know what? Guess what? I have my audiology appointment on Wednesday the 22nd. I think it's at 1:30 with Dr. Sanders. Will it turn out well? Will it be a friendly rapport? Will he write information that will support me?
Yes, and he says, yes, you are right. I get a yes on all of that. But he says, I'm not going to write much.
Okay, that's fine. He doesn't need to. With hearing aids, I hope you never need them. But when you do this, you go in, you pick them up 2 weeks later, and you say thanks and walk out the door. There's follow-up visits, and there's adjustments, and then maybe you need a different type or a different strength. So if I will go in on the 22nd, Wednesday, and it's a different type of hearing aid that we're going to try. So sometimes they even have to send back the ones that you bought and try a whole different one. So when will this be resolved where I have the hearing aids that I'm going to keep?
Yeah, so the ones that you try out on Wednesday, are these a go? I got a no on that when you were talking about it. And they're really nice and they're very expensive, aren't they? The ones that you're going to try.
Are.
Yeah, I saw that. It's interesting because it's the next set. Wow. That's a lot of money.
That's every penny I've got.
Yeah, but they said that you needed them. That's what I heard. It's the next set. And those don't look like they cost as much. I saw $2,500. You're saying to me, this is future you. Okay, you're saying they hurt my ears. I can't wear them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the next set.
And that makes sense. So,
so
after then, that means that the hearing aids I order will need to be. It'll be a few weeks after the 22nd. And then if they don't work. And then they'll dispense them to me. So that would be about the 10th of next month. And if I have to bring them back because they hurt me or whatever, if they order a different type, that'll be another good 2 weeks easily. So this could take a while. And I did explain that to my employer, and they seem to understand that. So do you think I'll have the final result in October or August, or what do you see?
Okay, let me see. Final results in August. Sadly, I got to know. I did not see October. Now, when you say final results, we are talking about the ear hearing aids. We are, or we?
Yes, we are. I'm going to do over the ear.
I saw September. So let me see. September 14th. Is it September 14th? Is it before September 14th? Is it after September 14th? Hold on. 14, 15, 16. It looks like September 16th.
Okay.
Why does it take so long?
In the middle of September.
Why does it take so long, Wendy? That's a Wednesday.
Oh, there could be a lot of reasons. Maybe we determine that this new type that I want to wear just is not a match for me, and then they have to do another kind that goes completely in the ear. Maybe there's a few appointments to make adjustments. There could be a lot of reasons for adjustments.
Okay.
So,
HR
told me I have my job through the middle of October. So basically, that's my time frame. If I get this resolved by October 14th, then I'm good.
Yeah, and I got September 16th. So September 14th, 15th, but I got September 16th. You know what I would do is the universe to support you 100% in expediting perfect hearing aids for you.
Okay. Well, I know what brand I want. They're called Oticom, and they are state of the art. And but it's a whole different ball game. There's a whole different type, and so we will. I hope it's a good choice to go to Dr. Sanders. As long as he treats me with courtesy and respect and is professional, that's all I ask.
Yeah, just know that he keeps saying he's so busy, and he says, I will be brief with my words. He keeps showing me a green sheet with check boxes, so he's going to, like, tick off check boxes for your case.
Okay. Well, I am not a bottom line person. If that's his personality, it may not be a good fit. I could still go to another office. I don't have to go to him.
No, he's okay. But he's just showing me that it's an expeditious manner of managing the casework. And he just kept showing me this green sheet with, check boxes, and it's kind of like he just runs through the check boxes. That's all.
Okay.
I see him.
All right.
Yeah, I do see him. He's very good at what he does.
All right.
Okay.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm afraid to go out there because of COVID, and I'll wear a mask, but a mask doesn't really protect you. And I am at high risk because I just had my 69th birthday on July the 6th, and I almost died twice from pneumonia, and I have an autoimmune disease called rheumatoid arthritis, and so I will even contact Fair Transit to see if they'll work with me to make sure that there's nobody else on the bus but the driver tomorrow when I schedule. So I hope I'm safe.
Well, I will do some work here. I'll put you in a bubble of protection, so no worries. And say I canceled COVID ever accessing me, period.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Wendy.
Absolutely.
Wendy, you guys covered quite a lot. So you have some things to work on, like the forgiveness and the thoughts due to your hearing aids.
Okay.
So good. Thank you for sharing again with us, Wendy. We appreciate it. And I think we have time for one more caller, right, Johnny?
Yes, I think we're going to put one more caller. This is going to be, let's see.
While you decide, let's just take this time to make sure all of the callers and listeners know where they can further their psychic counseling with Vanessa Orr, MBA. Okay, everybody, you can find Vanessa on Instagram. Follow her there at Vomba11, Bomba 11. And check her out also on her website, fullsoulreadings.com. If you ever forget how to find her, we're everywhere. Life, Laughter, Happiness, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have a website we would love for you to visit. You can find us, and we will lead you to Vanessa, because a lot of our listeners do that, and they make private sessions. Yes, so that is so great for both of you guys. Yes, Vanessa's saying yes, yes, yes. And you're helping a lot of our listeners, aren't you?
Oh, it's my honor. I love it. I love coming here on Monday nights at Life, Laughter, and Happiness and talking to you, Barbara, and to you, Jonathan, and to all your callers. I love them all.
Oh, gosh, we appreciate you.
It's my honor.
8-5.
Okay, we have the caller on the line now. Okay, good.
Yes.
Hi. You're our lucky last caller. You're on with Vanessa Orr, MBA. How are you?
Hi. Fine, how are you?
Great.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi. This is Vanessa. Who's this?
Rose Maria. I have two parts of my name.
Okay. Okay. You're laughing. Are you laughing?
I don't know. I heard Don was saying that you're mentioning you have a message for Maria or Mary.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the show.
Yeah, with Tina, yes.
So I'm I have chaos the whole week and last week, and so I was wondering what's going to happen next, or if I'm going the right way this time, or what's the message?
Well, you asked me if you're going the right way. You're going to forgive me. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Rosemary? Did I get that right?
Rosemary.
Rosemary. Rosemary. Sorry. My phone may have cut out. We have a storm trying to come through. Rosemary. Are you going the right direction? I got to know. Will you tell me why I'm picking up a guy in your energy field that, well, I'm just going to use this generic word, blocking you? What is going on? Am I picking up a gentleman that you missed? You missed this guy? What's going on with this guy, maybe? Okay.
Yeah, I miss him.
You missed him.
He lives in one country and live in another. I might go back next year for a visit.
You're going to go next year for a visit?
Yeah.
But Rosemary, Rosemary, I'm just going to tell you what they're showing me, but let me test it. They're telling me he's married. Does that make sense at all?
He's actually divorced. She's remarried.
Is he? Okay, Rosemary, let me test again. Can you just give me his first initial, if that's okay?
R.
Okay. R is divorced. I get a no. R is married. I get a yes. Does that make a difference to you?
It makes a difference because I know she's remarried with 2 kids, so she ain't coming back. I know it takes a long time to get divorced yet.
So, well, let me posture this statement that R is 100% honest with Rosemary, and I get a no. Rosemary, I got a question. How come I see money around you? Are you someone that makes good money, has money? Just
he has money that I have to get part of. Was left to me.
Okay. Rosemary, I tested the statement that R is 100% honest with you. I get a no. I'm just sitting here just like getting a major no. I want to ask you, is there an illness around you that I'm picking up?
There was, yes.
Okay. They just said to me, erase the illness. So what I'm going to do is after the show, I'm going to do a little research, do another reading, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because, Rosemary, you're hindered. And this illness is not something you should have around you. And R is not something you should have around you. When we erase the illness and we let R go, this guy in the other country, you can heal. I just keep picking up that you're so blocked, and so I'm going to use the word chortle. When you finish this reading with me, I want you to look up the word chortle. It is CHORTLE. That's going to tell you a lot because that's in your energy field. If I ask, can I ask you something about your arms? Do you get fatigued in your arms? They're showing me a lot of, what's going on with your arms? Anything? You're tired? They get numb?
Sometimes tingly.
Yeah, that's what I'm picking up. Okay, thank you for helping me there. I need to clear that. Rosemary, as a friend of yours, you have to let Art go. I'm going to tell you something. If you align with him, he is going to betray you. I wish I could tell you something different, like this is the one, you need to, parlay a relationship with this guy. But, Rosemary, I'm getting such a no. And I'm sorry to make you sad. I'm picking up some sadness as I tell you this. But I have a question for you as your friend. Did you know this about Art, that he's a betraying sort?
It's a long story. We have mutual friends, and that mixed up. I know he knows me for over 40 years.
Oh, I see. Has he been? Are you getting emotional?
No, I'm cool.
Okay, all right.
I just have to visit through the country anyway. I have to go in sometimes for the country, so.
Well, if you go, and right now I don't think we can really go anywhere. I think we've been blocked. You know, United States of America, we can't travel anywhere. Even Canada, they're like, nope. So they are saying to me that you need to get strong. I'm going to clear your energy fields. I'm going to be clearing a lot of debris. You have to let it go once I start the process. When I say you have to, I mean, just you don't have to really do anything. Just know that I care enough that I want you to have unfettered access to truth. And when you have this situation with the arms and there are people that can make us ill, and people who can exacerbate your situation. And I apologize to you. I wish I could say something better about Art, but I'm just not picking up anything. And since you've known him for 40 years, why hasn't there been an alignment before now? Is it because of this person that he's still married to? Because he is. So.
No idea.
Why didn't you? Yeah. I'm going to test again. R is 100% honest with Rosemary. I get a no. R is still married. I get a yes. R is divorced. I get a no. So, wouldn't you like better? Or do you think that, when you get sick, your vibration is low, so you're going to choose lowly characters. I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to save you tonight, but I am trying to say to you that, Rosemary, I want you to have better. Surely you want better.
Yeah.
All right. So, I'll do some clearing work here, and I will also do more tomorrow. And do you have another question?
I guess finances, if that's going to happen. I'm trying to get a job, and projects are closing up, so I get a hit for it, and then they close. So there's 2 jobs that I lost within a week and a half. So I was wondering if that's going to happen, or they're going to ship me back to Europe to work.
So let me give you a prescription for that. When you get off the phone with me, I want you to write down on any sheet of paper, just anything that's close by. I thank the universe for supplying me with the perfect job now. I'm going to tell you something. I do this kind of work all day long, and it's amazing how it changes the course of what's going on, because you and we have thoughts, and it just takes one thought to change things for the better. And I'm going to tell you something else that they're really pushing me to tell you to write down. I want you to remember this, that your salary is at least $10,000 more than your previous salary.
Cool.
Yeah. If you can think of anything else, because after you write down those 2 sentences, 2 things are going to happen. One, your vibration is going to increase. And I really want that for you, because I'm going to change your vibration first thing tonight. Because you are a person that is smart and honest. And one thing is I'm going to tell you to do is I want you to close up your doors to helping other people right now. I want you to focus on you, Rosemary. You're a smart woman. I want that for you. Once you do that, and I shift your vibration, because I'm asking your higher self if I can do that, and your higher self is telling me I can do that, we're going to be looking at things with different eyes. And one of the things I want you to do is to tell your ego and your id to get out, because that way you'll see what R is all about. You know, the hardest thing in the world to do is to own truth. It will rattle our souls down to the center of the earth. I've been there, because truth, when it comes at you, just changes everything. And in the scope of owning truth is an identity shift. And I want this identity shift to lift you up. I think I might have talked to you before. It rather seems I have.
Yes, I remember her.
Yeah. And I didn't get to do enough for you that night, Rosemary. So I'm going to do a lot of light work here. It's not me. I'm just a channel, but they're showing me what I need to do. And it was interesting to me because usually I have a list of people that I have to work on after the show, and I kept asking myself, golly, I don't have a list tonight. That's so weird. And then now I know why. This entire night is for you. This entire night, yes. We have had so many fabulous callers call in, and the show's been, I told Jonathan the show's going to be absolutely awesome, and it is. And finally, I got to talk to Rosemary. And Rosemary, I'm going to lift your vibration up, and we're going to get you healed, and you're going to be you'll be doing it with me energetically. And you're not going to think about R anymore, because you're not going to that country for him to see him. And if he wants to give you a high five, let him give you a high five, but we need better for you, and he's not going to be a part of the plan. And I don't want to be cruel, and I don't want to direct traffic here. It's not what I'm trying to do. But I'm glad that you called in so that I can do some extra work here for you. There's the job prescription. And we're going to speak to your arms. Listen, the last thing I want to say is about arms. Arms create embraces of, like, my husband came through the door today, and so I gave him a hug when he came through. And it's so great to give people hugs, right? And it's so great to receive hugs. And you haven't received enough hugs. And if you look at your arms are attached to your shoulders, and your shoulders are attached to your chest, per se, because look at me, I don't have a medical degree. And our chest contains our heart. When you give a hug, all that energy goes through those arms and brings life to your arms and to your heart, and it's like a loop. And hugs are the best. We all need hugs. Think about when you were like in junior high and high school, how much a hug did a person and how much it does for us. So I'm going to speak to your heart and your arms. I'm going to speak to this job that's coming, and I want you to say that you received this job for at least $10,000 more than what your last salary was. And wave goodbye to R. You're welcome, Rosemary. All right. Well, I'll get to work. And Rosemary, call back. I always enjoy speaking with you.
Wow.
All right. Thank you.
Wow.
Bye, Rosemary.
That was a big state. Bye, Rosemary. That was a big statement that this whole night was for her. Rosemary,
I know.
Does this have to do with the name Mary at all, or wasn't that with the first caller? But there were 3 callers that mentioned this.
The reading that I did before the show, it was so special. It was so unique. I haven't done a reading like that. It was fun. And I said to Spirit, make sure that the person that's attached to Mary, if it's Mary or the letter M, look at that, the letter M. I said if it's Mary or someone that has the name that has the letter M in it, and Maria, Tina Maria showed up, but this woman showed up here before the show. Barbara, I know that you were busy with business, and Jonathan and I were chatting on the show, and I said he was saying to me, I got a little work to do. I said, don't worry, I'm in meditation. And I was sitting here before the show in meditation, but this woman showed up here, this woman named Mary. So that reading was for Tina Maria.
Okay, so that was obvious, and that came in first, first call.
It came in first. And, it was such a great reading. It was like, I love doing readings, and this reading was beautiful. I thought. And but I kept trying to shake Mary, and I was down there in the kitchen working on this reading, and it was Mary, 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 and I'm like, well, I guess it's Mary. And sure enough, but Mary came to me, and maybe you'll talk to Tina Maria later, but Mary came to me here before the show, Barbara, and she had a heavy flannel plaid jacket on, and she had glasses, and she had her arms full of firewood. And she said, "This is for my family. I carry this for my family." And I'm like, okay. And Tina Maria will probably tell you how that was a connector.
Okay. Yes, I can't wait to talk to her.
Yeah. It has to do with her family and a fireplace. So
very,
it was awesome.
Very interesting. Well, I'm glad that you felt that this was such a great show. I did too. And some new callers, a lot of returning callers. And it's always interesting to hear updates. Their life goes and unfolds. Mm-hmm. And I love it when they take your advice. I mean, and then when they get help after taking your advice, that is even more wonderful. That's great.
It is.
Wow. Yeah. Well, we have such jam-packed shows this week. Tons coming. Vanessa.
Awesome.
Yeah. Johnny and I have been busy. Go ahead, Johnny. Why don't you talk a little bit about what's coming up?
Well, tomorrow we have Nick Lowry is going to be doing a Blue Jeans with us. And so it's going to be Blue Jeans.
Great.
And then let's see what we have up here coming up.
I think we have 2 for the Playboy Playmate series.
Oh, I do. Let me see if I can check on that. For the 22nd, we have Brady Broderick. And then on the 23rd, we have Donna Spear. And then on the 24th, we have Dale Shear. So, yes, you're right about that. It was jam-packed week.
Awesome. Yes. And
I
just
love
to
it.
tell the listeners, to refresh their memories, Nick was on. He called. I wonder who he called for a long time ago. It might not have been Vanessa, right, Johnny? And he called. We gave him a psychic reading. Wasn't it for that? He's an former NFL star for Kansas City, by the way.
Oh, wow.
And he was
I don't really remember.
Okay. He's in the Hall of Fame in Kansas City, and he was the kicker.
Wow.
His nickname's Nick the Kick. Yes. And he was a friend I met in Arizona, and he's doing a lot now. A lot of these wonderful NFL guys go on to do a lot of charity work, and they're great speakers. And, people love them because they're fans and they followed them. So, and then they continue to change lives and touch people's lives. And Nick is doing that. So we're going to hear all about his work with the homeless and what he's learned because, by people's experiences, we can always learn, because our channel is under, the Life, Laughter, Happiness, Learn channel is under education on Roku.
Right. It's under the concept.
But we can learn from anybody. It's not that we have to have somebody come on and teach a class. We can learn from them. Like Vanessa, we could learn so much from you just by having you on. And I think we should have you on again and just let's talk. Let's talk about the spirit and paranormal and just any kind of questions people have.
Yeah.
That'll be so fun. So I want to book you.
Paranormal,
soon. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting because I spoke with someone, on Tuesday related to your show, Kathy, about paranormal. And she,
oh, great. Kathy St. George.
That was a lot of work clearing that. Very, very interesting.
Oh, good. You're helping so many of my friends now. I think this is so awesome. The word is getting out. People are coming, and I love this so much.
Oh,
thank you for doing that.
It's my honor. We saw it coming last year. We saw Life, Laughter, and Happiness doing so well. So it's awesome.
That's right. And I just wanted to say something about Brandy Roderick, everybody. She is, she's really awesome. She was on the show. Oh, what?
Celebrity
the Donald
Apprentice.
Trump show, Celebrity Apprentice, and I don't know how far she got, but yes, that should be interesting to hear about that. She's a very smart businesswoman, Playboy playmate, and then a realtor that is getting so many awards because she's selling so many houses, doing absolutely phenomenal. Yes, and she's married to a former NFL great as well, and then was on this show. So that'll be a really fun time talking to her.
Yes. I love all of your friends and speaking to them. They're so wise and articulate and just very nice. And I always enjoy speaking to all of them. It's a huge testament to the legacy of Playboy and what I find it to be a very elevated echelon that you're in with all of these women and through the decades. I think that's how I look at it.
Thank you so much. And that's how I look at it too, because I know personally so many of these wonderful women, and thank goodness Johnny, went with my decision and agreed upon it thoroughly to have a Playboy Playmate series so we can get to know them more than just their photo, because there is so much more to these ladies. And that you say that about us, that makes me feel really good. I just got chills all over, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I enjoy speaking to them. They're very articulate.
Shout out?
Thank you. I think that I already did the shout out because I told before the first. Yes, before the last caller, I did the shout out. But I just want to remind everybody: tune in if you have Roku to our TV channel too. And tomorrow, if you missed that announcement, we're going to be on so you can see us. Explain that a little bit, Johnny. Okay, it's going to be in place of our podcast time. We're not doing the podcast.
Yeah.
We're doing the
we're going to be doing
channel.
The TV channel, and you'll be able to see us on video. And the good news about it is that if you are a subscriber to Roku, look for our channel. It's called Life, Laughter, Happiness, Learn, and add us and leave a rating, and you'll be able to see us.
Johnny wants you to leave a rating. He always tells people that. It's important. It does help a lot because the more ratings we have, then I guess we're going up a level, and it matters. It's called support, and we appreciate it. I have one more. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Go on with what you said.
No, I just have one more question. So it's going to be a different subject. If you want to say something on this subject, then I'll move on to my question.
Go on with your question.
Okay, I have one question. Vanessa, how are you liking your new car?
I love it. I
don't know why I think about it. Really?
You're so great. I think about it I think about you when I drive it. And I said to Rich, I said, it was so fun to talk to you about the car because you remembered it. You remembered we had discussed it, a month ago? And and that you know about it. And he was impressed how much you knew about the car.
I called it the wrong
car. It's okay.
I got the title messed up a little bit.
I think we all do that, so don't even worry about that. But it is a Ford Mustang Bullitt, a 2020, and it is a dream. And I have a lot of people that try to race me, but I don't do it. I don't race. But it
can be dangerous, but you would probably beat them.
And you know what I do is when I get at home, I have Rich help me. I open up the hood because it's a race car. It is a race car. Wow. So I have a race car. Yeah.
You really
I still have my Lexus
under that hood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that more like luxury?
Yeah, I've got the Lexus. I still have that. So, but the Ford Bullitt is definitely a race car, and it's so hot here in Houston, right? And I'm not racing it, but it is almost 500 horsepower, and it has the layout underneath the hood is very different from anything else I've seen. So it is quite a car.
Does he want to borrow it? Do you want to borrow it?
Well, he has a Shelby Cobra. So
okay. Oh my gosh, my dad loves those. Wow.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. He's also Rich is really into. He's got loads of cars, Barbara. But he said to me when he came home, he always forgets that I'm on Life, Laughter, and Happiness with you and Jonathan every Monday night. He came in so happy tonight. He said, "Hey, do you want to take the bullet out before it wants to rain?" And I said, "Honey, I'm going to be with Barbara and Jonathan tonight." So,
okay. You'll take a rain check. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love it. And you know what? Ford is doing some amazing things right now. They are making the Bronco again.
Yes. I think you can't even get it now. I think it's sold out or something. I read an article. You're right.
Those look cool.
It is very cool. I don't know if you've seen it. That is one very amazing vehicle.
Yes, and there's many different kinds that you can get. I just love that they're doing that and then bringing them back. In elementary school, my friend's family had a Bronco, and we all thought she was the coolest because her family had one, and it was cool back then, and now it's cool again.
Yes.
The new model.
It was cool in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
I had a boyfriend that
That's
had
when
one.
I remember it.
Oh, yeah. That was a great summer, 1976, driving around in that. So, yes, you're really great to talk to you about cars. That's fun, yeah.
Oh, I love it. Yes, we grew up. My dad had over 60 cars.
Did he really?
Yes, he would buy one, and then he would love to fix it up. They usually were
Sounds
the
like
older
Jay Leno.
vintage cars, though. What, guys?
Yeah, like Leno.
What? Oh,
Jay Leno.
Yes, they were like older cars, and he'd fix them up, and then he'd sell them. So we always had a chance to drive all these different kinds of vehicles, really different, like a Studebaker.
Wow.
A Citroen from, France.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just different kinds of odd things. I was driving a 3-speed Volkswagen van once where you had to pump the brakes just to stop. Oh, my gosh. Oh, yeah. I could drive anything. Shifter on the column.
You can drive the
anything.
Bullet.
Paddle shifting. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I would love to.
Rich has a Ford Raptor, and I think it's got paddle shifting on it. I've never figured it out.
Yeah.
I can't wait to tell Rich. Well, you are the one. Yes, you are the one for the 6 on the floor here on the Bullet. So
I've got to figure out what my next car is going to be. So that's why I've got cars on my mind right now. Down everything I want.
Write it down.
Okay.
When I saw the Bullet. I think the end of May. And I told Rich, I said, Mercury retrograde's coming up. I don't want to know anything that you're doing. And he didn't tell me. He didn't tell me a thing. I didn't know. But I wrote down, that was in May, Barbara, I have a 2020 forest green, I think it's the color's forest green Bullet, just like the one that Steve McQueen drove in Bullet.
Yes.
And I about fell out of my chair to find out that I own it. I about fell out of my chair.
Everybody's probably looking it up right now.
Yeah, I hope so.
That's racing car. I think that's called racing green.
Yeah, it is.
Forest.
And it even has a NASCAR racing panel. It has everything on it. I'm learning. I had them.
And his probably has the racing stripes too. His Cobra.
Yeah, he definitely has a snake on it. It's quite a car.
Well,
awesome.
Well, thank you, Jonathan.
Okay,
and Barbara,
everybody.
For letting me.
Yeah. Well, it's always fun to chat about personal stuff too. People get to know us better that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, you enjoy that and be careful.
Thank you.
And we look forward to having a wonderful week. A wonderful week ahead, everybody.
Thanks, Vanessa.
Yes.
Thank you, Johnny.
Good night, Vanessa.
Thank you,
Good
Jonathan.
night, Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara. Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.